Welcome to another RKD Designs video. Today we're taking you behind the scenes again to take you and give you a little insight into the different processes and journeys that we take our clients through and that we as RKD go through to bring to try and always exceed our customers' expectations. And this time around we were designing t-shirts. So we had the opportunity to work with Horrison to design parts of their apparel. To find out more about their brand, do see the description below. They reached out to us, and like every other RKD project we go through, we met, had our discussions to form a starting point and a sense of direction. They wanted their streetwear to feature images of urban locations, and so we took it to the streets and went around exploring the city and took pictures that could suit the vibe and the vibe of the brand. And yeah, the project was to produce designs in batches. And so for this project, we were designing just 3 sets of their apparel, or creating 3 different designs for their apparel. During our meetings, we felt a modern, colorful, but also vintage contrast style was something that would suit their company best. So first we took all 3 photographs through Lightroom to work on editing them, to change the mood, color, and focus of each image, manipulating them to incorporate the style that we discussed and agreed on. We came out with 3 images that the company handpicked, and that's what they felt were their favorites to take forward. And that was an Audi R8 parked, a city college, and a clock, kind of like Big Ben, but not really Big Ben, or yeah, one of those big clocks. So for the R8 photo, we wanted to bring it to attention because it's a supercar. We wanted to make sure it's seen as the center of attention, so to speak. So we altered the colors to exaggerate the body lines of the supercar to give it a larger presence in the picture. Some street vibes do have an element of flow with them. It's not always, that graffiti style, like really hard kind of lifestyle. It also kind of has that flow and that rhythm, and that's what we also try to achieve. And so because of the vintage photo, due to the vintage look of the photo, we wanted to continue this, but add accents of color as well, so accents of purple, pink, yellow as well. And this kind of would help continue the flow of energy and that rhythm. So these all added to the aesthetics and the modern look. To add on to this, we added Doodle Effects to certain elements of the picture on the street. So from traffic lights to the windows on some of the buildings, even like bringing out some of the different parts of the other cars. So if it was the tires, and adding some element of movement to them. And as a small touch, we swapped out the license plate of the R8 and switched it with Horrison. We named it Horrison. Not many would notice it, but we feel like it was a nice small touch. Next was a college photo, and this was slightly tougher. We did apply the same vintage look, same vintage colors, and wanted the building to have the most attention. We added minimal doodles to mimic and highlight the different sections of the building, and the leaves, including on the ground as well, on the grass. And we added even more color, so usually you get your leaves being brown, yellow, green. So we added a bit of red, little darker oranges, but also a bit of blue as well, to help it stand out and just add to the doodle effect. The sky was the difficult part to fill in because it was such a large space, but we came up with an airship we decided to put an airship, and because they have turboprops on them, we could use that element, the propellers, to help emphasize the flow that would come out of the picture that we were trying to achieve with each design. So because it's moving forward, you often find like with sketches, the lines would kind of, lines and strokes of lines are usually drawn on the outside, drawn from them to emphasize this movement and show this movement. So that's what we did, using the different colors, this time including red, and we use this to add that flow again to the image as well, and give it some movement and not just make it static. And as you can see, it did add some movement to the static college building that was really big and had a lot of presence itself. The last image was a clock, plucked right in the center of the streets. It was impossible to miss for anybody really, in a car, on a bicycle, on foot. But yeah, we applied the same appearance, the vintage colors. You can see that by the haze or the rough texture in the photos. That was intentional, because this would give it that vintage look, and we took the picture towards the evening, towards sunset, when it was getting dark, because we found that the lights that shone on the clock, kind of gave it even more presence, more focus. So when we took the photo, the clock had, it was illuminated, and that really made the picture stand out, and the clock specifically stand out. And as a tough one, we continue to think about how we can add something to the sky behind. And we thought about time and decided to play around with time. So we started off with kind of bringing out, a bit like an alien gun, kind of bringing out the time and growing it bigger, because where we took the photo from, the clock itself was pretty small and hard to see. So we emphasize this by like having circles getting bigger gradually, and just have one bigger clock in the middle of the picture, just to kind of emphasize and give the time a lot more presence and a lot more attention. To add to this, adding to the sky again was a tough one, but because of time, we thought about let's play around, let's add the future into it, and because of the already alien-like circles that would get bigger, like from an alien gun, we thought about bringing in a UFO that would appear to kind of like take over the city. And the way UFOs have like, the way they have the lights that shine down onto them, that's what we wanted to get. And so we put those rays in, and to add to the effect of the rays, wherever the rays passed a certain building, you would see, as you can see, the building was kind of changed, the effect of the building changed to a more negative look, to just enhance the power and illustrate the power of the beams, and not just make it flat and similar to the rest of the picture. So this whole process continued, back and forth, collaborating, providing our designs and our thoughts with our client Horrison, and getting their feedback, what they think about it, what they can change, what they can add. And this went back and forth in different stages, and we progressed on to rendering. For them, they wanted for some of the designs to be rendered onto certain bits of their apparel. So it would be hoodies and t-shirts specifically. We did the design, so after we created the designs, we got their logos and basically began to put and render in these designs and their logos onto templates of the hoodies and t-shirts. The colors that you can see was specified by Horrison. As RKD, we look for unique positions for logos that help increase the streetwear atmosphere, but also bring in an element of minimalism, style, and allow for the attention to give attention to the designs. We didn't limit ourselves to just within the picture. As you can see, a lot of the flow lines, a lot of the streaks did leak out of the images, and this was intentional because it allowed the picture to blend in with the rest of the clothing. So if it was a t-shirt, it would blend in and just allow and add to that street, flowy and rhythmic vibe, really. So after these collaboration, the discussions continued throughout the design journey, the whole process, and yeah, we just would improve and we'd add in what we felt was best for the client and would suit their need, and especially suit their company, their brand. And that's something at RKD we're always striving towards. The design has been handed over for the company to use in their apparel. Hopefully, you'll be able to get your own at some point. As RKD, we enjoyed this process, and we have our own favorites in that apparel and the renders that we did. Horrison is happy as well. Thanks for watching. We also designed custom Air Force Ones, so if you want to watch that, click up there or see the link in the description. That was pretty cool. We enjoy that too. We enjoy all our projects. But yeah, why not check another RKD behind the scenes project on the Air Force Ones? If not, do follow our socials. Those will be linked below as well. You'll be able to see updates and things like that. Also visit our website to see even more of our works, from video creation to posters and logo design. So do have a look at that. Maybe we could be on another project with you. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on behind the scenes. Some of you guys are here because you want to learn and see what goes on behind the scenes in different design projects. We're doing this for you. And yeah, so subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss out when we upload another RKD special, RKD Designs video behind the scenes. And with that all said, take care.